with Charlie Manson, tell you everything is Heltah Skeltah. Everything.
Peace, this is your brother, the lone low life with the home sewn garment, the Boricua with the build, the true and living God stepping in score, Sunez, aka Skiller Straight or Low, your host for the Duck Down Dive, where I'm going to take you back in time through the Duck Down catalog for musical appreciation of LP devastation. This month, we again celebrated the wondrous life of the great Sean Price at an incredible show at SOB's in New York, an event that really got absorbed into the whirlwind of all the Hip Hop 50 events. This particular event deserves some retrospect from me, and hopefully I can offer some with the album we're showing love to today, Heltah Skeltah D.I.R.T, the incredible rap team from 2008. This recent commemorative celebration may be remembered for Method Man showing up spreading, a sincere and effortless charisma, or Royal Flush doing an extended set, bringing on Capone as a surprise among many. A major focal point, though, should be the legacy of young upstart MCs, the future of this invisible Renaissance era, as I like to call it, that Sean Price respected, and for many of them, thrust them in front of him, that have all matured to dominate just as he thought, from the Brother Lowe's Super Bad Soulless to Rim, who have become superior as recording artists with essential albums, but also as dynamic performers, as they showed that night. However, as I've seen countless times, the boot camp clip members, perform their hits, they, bring their apprentices, and even graduated, Rusty Jukes to a BCC member, where he certainly has earned such on stage. Their performance was clearly guided by the most famous rhyme partner in Sean P's Hall of Fame career, Rock This Monster. As I have studied, analyzed, enjoyed, and even created hip-hop music from so many angles, I try to be as unseen as possible after a certain point, I remember during the concert, I said peace to whomever I could get to that I knew, but didn't look to yell an introduction to anyone I may know through work as an audio interview or review that may have been recognized well. I wanted to see BCC cap the night off, and I saw Rock lead the way. And I wanted to see it from the sideline, from the crowd, seeing what happens, And with Sean Lives on Chance and leading his new apprentices as hype men, it struck me that Rock's live MCing is rarely spoken of. He has all the gifts for it. An imposing height to be easily seen anywhere, right? An extremely dexterous baritone that alters his pitch moving from punchline to marathoning words and then choruses with no problem. All of this is done on stage with an animation I've never really seen by too many MCs. I've seen Rock about 2 or 3 times live prior, I think. It could be more, right? And he contorts his face in every expression possible, emphasizing every line, and is able to turn his upper body into an active wave as it swerves in all directions with his long arms walking through the stage in statement. I've never seen an MC be able to physically be so expressive without leaving that one spot. He's not leaving the one spot. I realize this may also be the perfect adaptation, as so many of his performances are on crowded stages, just as it was at SOB's here. A lot of DJ Toshis and Doc Ox remembered in perfection. They rock the house shows where I've seen Rock This Monster. Also, crowded stages down at Delancey and all that kind of stuff, right? So still, with all the otherworldly superstar persona that Sean P would develop, the spiritual warriorship that Smith & Wesson exude, and the honorable grit and ever-increasing hustle that Black Moon exemplifies, the stardom of Rock is something that largely goes unnoticed. Rock This demands the larger stage. His MCing performances on stage and on wax need a crescendo to a blast entrance. His music, whether it stays pure boom bap or as some of his recent LPs have gone, a little more treble heavy as the gritted, trappy, cocained out hi-hats that Ron Browse used on last year's solo LP Ether Rocks, the music has to be as big as possible. With D.I.R.T, the album D.I.R.T, we have a record where Sean P, remembered in perfection, is steep in one of the greatest peaks of all time. Those years of P from 2005 that lasted until he passed away, with 2012, the Mike Tyson album, as the zenith, in my opinion, as I spoke about on the last Duck Down Dive episode. Still, musically, D.I.R.T is big, bully boom bap, but unlike the crispness and minimalist open spaces P was choosing, clean, crisp, and thick breakbeats on minimalist sample orchestras for his second LP, Jesus Christ Superstar, the year prior, D.I.R.T is different, as everything is high treble, noisy, many to the point of piercing and chaotic soundscapes. All the levels are up, and their vocal power and depth you have to punch through as an MC. Exactly where rockness excels. One thing to remember about hip-hop is that it's supposed to be an active culture. The higher principles of originality, integrity, and eventual brotherhood, family bonds, are to be developed through these expressive arts from the four root elements, but as KRS-One noted, anything that we create in that nature, right? Like this element of hip-hop of me writing creatively about the music, right? That I do. When I hear albums like Dirt, these are the ideal albums to do things. It's a bench press album, and one that's supposed to charge us, invigorate us with the dominance of their stances and the fury of how they overcome the tracks with some of the most rugged verses filled simultaneously with comedic punchlines. The producers are diverse, but it's clear they were only picking one type of track. The unity then isn't just their charisma, but their choruses and their hooks. This is also where rock really excels. A master at the extended verse chorus, as on Hell's Kitchen, where he ad-lined his own whooshes. The preacher to the gravelly man on the street to the West Indian brother, all voiced by Rock comedically opening intro. And as Rock said, this ain't crunk, not hyphy, not snap, not screw, not pop, not quite boom bap. It's rugga, smack music, bang your head music. I really feel there is a vision, of bombastic boom bap that Rock envisions. And because this LP was created aligned with peaks they both were in. Remember, before the buzz of Sean P, the expected breakout star of Heltah Skeltah was actually Rockness Monster. Add in there that car engine rev-up stylization only Rockness actually could do. Rock is a persona that is absolutely overpowering, and I contend it's why Sean Price became so incredible. To have to match up to that, he had to become incredible. Now, I don't want to Michael Eric Dyson too many bars, as I usually do. The themes of this album are extremely basic because it's just battle bars with two of the most charismatic hardcore performers that ever rhymed together, and you should enjoy finding those punchlines alone. This album is a skill set where Rock with endless breathlessness through the title track, the back and forth that include jokes during Rock's chorus on the art of disrespectization, and the more careful, rugged execution on the single Everything Is Heltah Skeltah. There's so many launches to chaos, like 10 for the Triads, the beginning of the end, or the string sinister of Double Ups. That's incredible. The deep grind bass on Stu Banger's 8 Foot, the grumble bass on M-Phase's WMD, or the psycho keys and rock guitar bottoms on Rock and Roll, Stu Banger's again. All these songs epitomize the rugged sound of Boot Camp Click. They solidified the unity of their comeback here that began with 2005's Triple Threat campaign and stamped with 2006's BCC LP, The Last Stand. It's a record of massive skill in the late great Sean Price's catalog, another one, and the one that should remind us again of how talented Rockness Monster is, that he is a special star, and we ought to appreciate him as he continues to prove that Sean lives on. Salute to all the producers and MCs on this album. Peace to Dug Down Music, and if there's any album you'd like to hear me build on, let us know in the comments. Until next time, I'm Sunez Allah, aka Skeltah, and this has been another Never Respect Fake broadcast. Peace.
Fuck with Charlie Manson, tell you everything is Heltah Skeltah. Every day the metal rain. Everything is Heltah Skeltah. This whole shit is upside down, so I'm fucked up right now. Everything is Heltah Skeltah. They know shit is twisted, but they wonder why we all getting lifted.